Hello, strangelings. Welcome back to the parlor. So today I wanted to talk about two particular cards. I just got done doing my reading today, and if you guys saw another video where I'm wearing this shirt, it's the same day. So, well, for the one before this, or maybe just after, I'm not sure. Anyway, it doesn't matter, right? So, I wanted to discuss something that I have seen happen in a lot of readings that I have watched. Anybody who has followed what I'm doing here knows that I have been outing fraudulent card readers and charlatans, well, since I was about 3 years old. Since I learned how to read myself. Of course, when I was a child, this work was done not solo. This work was done with my mother. Rest her soul. And of course, I haven't had her around for about 24 years now. So, of course, I've been doing it by myself for a while. It took me a while to realize that there was a good benefit to me keeping doing it instead of just closing my whole functioning in that particular way off just because I lost her, you know? For a while, I wasn't really embracing much of my gypsy nature, and it wasn't all just because I was dealing with a stressful situation with my children, I promise. But today I wanted to actually discuss these two cards. The Wheel of Fortune. Sorry, let me get them towards the center. And the World. Why do I want to discuss these two cards? Well, simple. I have many, many times seen these two cards get confused. And not only get confused, but I have even seen a reader actually say they're essentially the same thing. They're not at all, by the way. In fact, I would go so far to say is their very nature is more opposite of each other than like each other. You see, the Wheel of Fortune here. The Wheel of Fortune is fate. It is how things naturally occur. It is your statistical chances of things happening to you, so on and so forth. The Wheel of Fortune keeps moving forward no matter what. The Wheel of Fortune does not care anything about anything like a balance whatsoever. On the other hand, the World card, it does not care about movement whatsoever. Homeostasis is perfectly natural for the world. So it does not mind things stopping and becoming inert because they have reached a balance. In fact, becoming inert because it's reached a balance is where the World card wants to be. They are opposite. The World wants homeostasis, balance, inertness. The Wheel of Fortune wants movement, no matter what upheaval it creates. And in fact, that upheaval helps it along, causes inertia for it to continue. So in fact, much like the Emperor and Empress being a set, the World and the Wheel of Fortune is a set. Not because they go so well together, but because, in this case, opposites attract. Much like the Hierophant and the High Priestess. So I just wanted to give a little bit of a talk about those two cards because I have seen many, many, many times where they have gotten confused between the two. That they have said that the world is still moving and you're about to be lost because you're not keeping up with it, to the World card. And they have said the world is seeking balance and equilibrium to the Wheel of Fortune card. When, unfortunately, when you think of a wheel, you think of a wheel on either a flat plane or a slightly inclined surface. That wheel always keeps moving. And I just put the cards away, but let me also point out the fact that, one, you see things gathering around the circle in the world card, as if this world circle was in a place long enough to gather admirers or such. Whereas on this card, you see this demon. By the way, to the Bohemians, this is not a demon as in the Christian demons. This is a demon as in the old world spirit entities, right? This demon, and even, sorry, wrong direction, this snake here is almost being caught up and pulled along with the wheel, as opposed to being allowed to gently collect and nestle close to it. You see? Anyhow, like I said, that is one that gets confused and can't think of the word right now because my dyslexia has been having fun with me for a couple weeks now, but it gets confused. It gets muddied between the two of them quite a lot as far as I've seen. But that's why they are not the same. And that's also why you shouldn't always just go to somebody because you like them or they feel right. You should also make sure you go to somebody who has some actual education in that particular realm. It's much like a doctor. You don't want to go to a doctor for your, I don't know, prostate or your OBGYN doctor to take care of a problem and then find out that they were a self-study, right? You want to make sure that they passed their boards and all that, right? It should be the same with a reader. A reader is kind of like someone who... A reader is kind of like a counselor or a therapist. Because even if the reader is not necessarily accurate today, there is information that if you take a moment to digest it, is likely to help you later in the future, or is likely to point you into a right direction. But only if that reader actually knows what they are doing and actually has the right information and experience for that ability to read those cards. And the honest truth is, and I am not pitching myself as your reader, even though I do, and I'll go ahead and tell you right now, you can hit me up on the Discord if you want to read. But I'm not, of course, pitching myself as your reader, but you definitely want a reader who is someone who, even if they aren't getting a feel of what's going on with you today, they have a sense of feel enough to spark some information in your mind. Because that's the most important thing. The read itself is not about what the reader is saying necessarily, but what it sparks in your mind. Anyway, just wanted to make a short little video about those two cards that get contrived all the time. Oh my god, was that the word I was looking for earlier? So I'm going to get out of here, guys. As always, don't forget, doesn't matter who you are, I love you. Even if you are one of those readers, even if you're one of those readers and you know you're doing it not quite right on purpose, I still love you. Take care of each other. And I'll see you guys in the next one.